Have you ever felt like God isn't answering you during your hardest times? It's a feeling that many people throughout history have experienced. In moments of despair, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, it can feel as if the heavens have gone silent. But what if that silence is not a sign of abandonment, but rather an invitation to delve deeper into our faith? Today, I want to share two powerful stories from history that illustrate this profound truth, showing us that even in silence, there can be purpose and meaning. Let's start with the story of Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War, a time when the nation was torn apart by conflict. Picture the 1860s, a divided America, brother against brother, with each battle leaving behind not just casualties but deep scars on the soul of the country. Lincoln, the 16th president, was thrust into this storm, carrying the immense burden of leadership. He was a man of faith, and yet, as the war raged on, he often found himself grappling with the question, where was God in all this suffering? He prayed fervently for guidance, yet the answers seemed elusive, lost in the chaos of war. In his speeches and writings, Lincoln wrestled with the mystery of God's silence. He once said, "The will of God prevails," a poignant acknowledgement that while he couldn't always understand the divine plan, he chose to trust that there was a greater purpose at work. This wasn't blind faith. It was a deep, reflective understanding that sometimes we must act even when clarity eludes us. Lincoln made difficult decisions during this tumultuous time, including the issuing of the Emancipation Proclamation. This bold move not only changed the course of the war, but also set the stage for the abolition of slavery. Lincoln's perseverance, despite the silence he felt from God, ultimately preserved the Union and paved the way for a more just society. His story teaches us that when God seems silent, it doesn't mean he's absent. It's about trusting in a bigger picture, one that often reveals itself only in hindsight. Now let's shift our focus to another remarkable figure, Mother Teresa. Renowned for her selfless service to the poorest of the poor in Calcutta, India, she dedicated her life to those in desperate need. Yet behind her unwavering commitment lay a profound struggle. For nearly 50 years, Mother Teresa experienced a deep spiritual emptiness, a sense of abandonment by God that she openly shared in her private letters. Despite this spiritual silence, she never turned away from her mission. Instead, she pressed on, helping the sick, the dying, and the destitute, believing that her own suffering allowed her to empathize more deeply with those she served. Mother Teresa's faith was not defined by the absence of doubt, but by her relentless perseverance in the face of it. She understood that the silence she felt was not a void, but an invitation to deepen her compassion and commitment. Her life's work inspired millions, illuminating the path of love and service. Even in her darkest moments, she became a beacon of hope for countless individuals, showing us that silence can be a powerful catalyst for action. Both Abraham Lincoln and Mother Teresa faced times when they felt God was silent. Yet through their perseverance, they made a lasting impact on the world. Their stories remind us that silence doesn't equate to abandonment. It could be part of a greater plan that we may not fully understand in the moment. If you're going through a tough time and it feels like God isn't answering, remember these stories. Trust that there's purpose in the silence and keep moving forward with faith. If these stories inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And let us know in the comments, how do you find strength when you feel like God is silent?